right? You're a female with far above average muscle mass. So
it's so funny because I feel so tiny.
I was going to ask you, how does that play into your identity in society? What's up?
I thought you were going to interview me.
We're ready to go.
Go ahead.
Okay, so road to pro card.
It's funny because I'm wearing the...
Yeah, this is perfect. We didn't even plan this. IFBB Professional
Canadian
League.
Physique Alliance. Did you not see this
Regional.
one? I got this in 2018. It has my name on the back.
Canadian Physique Alliance.
And almost like look like a judge.
Yeah, you should get it.
I would love to be a judge.
Yeah, you'd be good at it.
Yeah.
So this is what I want to use this episode for.
Okay.
Okay, because you're in a weird sport, niche, right? Very small.
Really weird sport.
Yeah, it's weird. So
I love it.
And you love it. And I think a lot of people, even if they don't love it, they wouldn't describe it, they're interested by it. They're curious about it. They're intrigued by it. So let's lift up the hood, take a look at all the inner workings of this sport, specifically through your eyes, through your lens, right? So for you, started this a while ago. This is the overarching whatever. Started a while ago, got into bodybuilding, loved it. You've done 15 or something shows now. 13 shows. And now it's, the last several have been like, I want to get to the pro card. We've even been filming a documentary about it. We've, there's tons of, everyone knows your road to this.
Road to pro?
Road to pro, You did your daily vlog last prep, people follow along with that. So, and this, when you go into your next prep, you're going to, the goal there is to win, to get the card. That is that's kind of the ultimate goal for you, right? So that's what I want to do. I'm going to kind of facilitate this and interview you a bit.
I love it. And I love bodybuilding. And for me, you see people like, I do it for the love of the sport. No, I do it because I'm very competitive and it gives me a competitive outlet.
Yeah.
And it's something I'm good at and I want to go pro. I want to go professional. I don't just want to step on stage. I don't just want to diet that hard for nothing and for fun, right? So I started competing 2015. So it's been a decade now. So enough time to pull stories and experience from. So yeah, ask away. I don't know. I forget
what do you want to know, buddy?
Yeah, what do you want to know? Because I forget what you said.
No, basically, I guess just to here, what I'll do is I'll ask you some good questions on stuff. Okay. So how do you know when to start prep?
You pick a show.
Okay. And how do you pick a show, but how do you know when to start? I could pick a show, but I wouldn't know when to start.
Okay. So ideally, there's an average range. Old school way, it was 12 to 16 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
The new school way is anywhere from 16 to 24. Okay. Longer preps are more popular now. Because, and you could tell because back then they weren't as lean. And that's not because they had different drugs or different nutrition or whatever. That's because typically I think the preps weren't long enough. So they didn't give themselves enough time to get crazy shredded like you see these guys get these days. So for someone's first prep, I will err to the longer end just to give us more time. Because if it's someone's first show, we don't know how they're going to react to the diet. We need to maybe account for a cheat here and there, things like that, right? Ideally, I want everyone to be perfect and follow the plan. But we like to have an extra cushion because if you do get lean enough, we can then add food back in. So it's a win-win. For myself, I was always around 20 weeks, 22 weeks. because I mostly did the same show every year, the Toronto show, right? And then that's just kind of where it lined up. And I got lean in that time. We tried to do a longer prep. Last prep was at like 30 weeks or something. And I don't even know if I was leaner. I was smaller. I don't know if I was leaner because I've been looking back comparing 2024 and 2023 pictures, and I was, I think, better in 2023. So that's just experience, right? We tried new things. So how you would know how long is give yourself enough time. If you have more body fat, you need longer. If you kept it together on the off season, maybe you need shorter. That's discussion with your coach.
What do you like most about bodybuilding?
The competitive side of it.
So
I like to compete.
Okay, does that turn up a little bit then once you start the prep? You feel more competitive? Even though off season's still just as important.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? You get closer to the show.
You're like, oh, now I made the decision to start, so I'm locked in now.
Are you concerned? Maybe concerned isn't the right word, but do you ever think about the identity shift that you may go through when you stop bodybuilding?
No. Like, I think if you do it long enough, you're kind of like, oh, thank God I get to go through an identity shift now. Because you get to a point where you feel like you're over it.
Right. So you're almost looking forward to it in a way.
Yeah, it'll just be different. It's just a new challenge, which kind of by that point, you're ready for that.
Right.
So you're like, oh yeah, like, because like in bodybuilding, because there's such a high, what's the word I want?
Turnover?
Yeah. Right. Like new young people are coming in, the older people. Unless you like really made a name for yourself in the pro league, no one's going to remember that you compete, right? In like 5-10 years.
Right.
You'll have to, look what I used to do, right? It's like,
yeah.
So you kind of have to accept that now. Enjoy that you can and are competing now. Some people compete for a long time in their 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever. They might compete forever. So they'll never lose that. But just a new challenge, a new chapter. You can always be involved in the sport somehow.
What do you dislike most about the sport?
What do I dislike about it? A good question.
Remember, I didn't ask about your experience in bodybuilding, but what do you dislike about the sport, if that makes sense?
What do
So it might not have to do
personally,
but it might not have anything to do with you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
I dislike when people say that it ruined their lives.
Okay, that's good. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because
can you elaborate on what you mean by that?
I think people's choices ruin their lives. I don't think a specific sport ruined your life.
A lot of people have no idea what you're talking about, though.
So
I know
some people will
but
diet hard and then they'll have a bad experience either with a coach or with a placing or a bad prep or something like that.
Yeah.
And then choices they make after that, maybe they gain a bunch of weight back. They don't feel good. But you do obviously, even in natural, play with hormones because as you get leaner, your hormones take a while to even out.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily feel great after the show right away because everyone thinks after the show, you add back food, you feel so good. No, it takes like a month to 2 months to feel better after because you're pulling your body out of this like crazy hole, right? So, and that takes a good coach to prepare you for that and tell you about that. Because some people are just like, yeah, post show, yay. Like, no.
Go enjoy your Cinnabons.
No, like you can, but you need to be careful. So some people will have a really bad experience, maybe from start to finish, and then go on Instagram and be like, bodybuilding ruined me. Bodybuilding ruined my life. I can't believe people do this. It's so unhealthy. And it's like, no, I think you just had a bad experience because there's people like me that have been doing it 10 years. There's people that have been doing it longer and they have a great experience every time. So
what do you think about any potential long-term health implications of your decisions throughout the sport?
I think that you need to be aware of them and you need to know the risks, but I think you need to take action and get checked.
So, I mean, specifically for you.
For me, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the same answer. So like I recently was experiencing some chest pain. I didn't think it was cardiac. It could have been a stress thing. It could have been an allergy thing, whatever. I went to my doctor. I asked to get tested. He went through everything. Heart test came back normal. Lungs test came back normal. So it's like, I noticed something. I'm doing this sport that has a risk. I'm going to get checked.
Yeah.
So me personally, that's what I would do. Like long term, I mean, anything can hurt you long term. It's like, I'm just choosing this because it is bringing me value in my life.
No, so there's nothing in particular that you're worried about that could happen?
I mean, any disease that could happen anyways.
You don't have to
Nothing
make a case to me. I'm just wondering if this bothers you.
No.
Do you think about it at all?
No.
Okay. Fair enough.
I mean, I think about it, and that's why I'm like, I wouldn't want to be using like larger amounts of PEDs.
Gotcha.
I think I've hit my PED max.
Gotcha.
I don't think I will use more or try something new.
Right.
I will use what has worked.
Yeah.
And in hopefully smaller doses.
Right.
And
less is more, baby.
Yeah, less is more. And then like never touching it again doesn't scare me.
Right. Gotcha.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
You're an interesting person in general,
yes.
But you're also interesting phenotypically. Physically and visually, you're a rare specimen, right? You're a female with far above average muscle mass. So
it's so funny because I feel so tiny.
I was going to ask you, how does that play into your identity in society?
Like I like what I look when I see in the mirror. Like I like knowing that like if someone tried to come up to attack me, like I can hurt them because I'm strong too.
Right.
Which you don't necessarily have to have big muscles to be strong.
Right.
But I like feeling that I can protect myself.
Yeah.
And that my look gives that off too. Most likely people won't mess with me because I look like that. So I like that.
Right.
And like I look in the mirror, I don't see like some crazy Hulk.
Right.
She-Hulk or whatever.
How do you feel?
It's just me. Like when I'm sitting here, I feel totally normal.
Right.
Right. So it's like, I guess I'm used to holding this muscle.
What about when people make comments, not necessarily negative, but just comments on your physique, on your body, on the size of your muscles?
Honestly,
do you like it?
Honestly,
do you not?
I mean, I'll say I'll like it because it's like 99% positive.
Right.
Like really, I don't get negative comments.
Right.
So it's like, I'll get aggressively positive where it's like people really love women with muscle, which is a bit weird, right? But it's like mostly it's all positive. So I'm going to enjoy it while I look like this because I won't want to hold this muscle mass for this long. I will want to get leaner, health reasons. Most bodybuilders, they'll hit a point where they're like, it's time to lose some muscle just for longevity, right? The only time I notice that I have more muscle is trying on clothes. Like you want to have a certain look, you have a certain look in your head and you're like, oh, I like that outfit. And then you try it on and you're like, oh, that does not work for me. Right?
Yeah.
But it would work for like a really skinny woman.
Sure.
Like, oh, that would look so good on her. But like for my body type, it doesn't work.
Right.
So that's when I notice it sometimes. But other than that.
Tell me about your plans that you just talked about. So at some point you're going to downsize.
Yeah. So that will be, I could see you and I doing more sport-based, cardio-based.
I want to do some endurance sports.
Right. So it'll be like, I wouldn't be surprised if we did.
High rocks.
Did what?
High rocks.
What's
CrossFit.
That? Oh, I won't do CrossFit. I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't see us doing though, like some type of like light Ironman. Like run, bike, swim type
Ironman
thing. Yeah. I saw this. I saw some dude with this tattoo on his calf.
I'm going to do a marathon. I don't know if I'll do it this year, but I'll do a marathon.
Yeah. Like 100%. I won't, right? Like something like that.
Yeah.
Where it's more endurance, not high intensity.
Yeah.
I could see that. I could see getting into another weird sport. Like I could see myself really getting into bowling. or
Curling,
something.
baby.
Bowling.
Yeah.
Or curling. Yeah. Like something like weird sport that like not a lot of people. There's apparently a big scene for darts.
I've seen. It's very big.
Right. So something like that, right? Or I don't know. So I can see that. So that would just incorporate more cardio. You know, you wouldn't have to eat as much to hold the muscle.
Yeah.
Less protein, things like that. And it's just it's when you're trying to lose muscle, you don't. So it's just gonna be like a slow process of, right. And my training will be different. I won't have to train till failure. I'll go in to actually just enjoy doing exercises.
You don't like it now?
No, you still like it, but I mean like there's an element of pain.
Right.
Now.
Right.
I won't have to go in and have an element of pain. I'll get to go in and be like, I really like doing dumbbell lateral raises. I'm going to do them for fun now.
Right.
Ooh, a little burn. Okay.
Right.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, okay. Right. I'm good. Right. Instead of like, it has to hurt now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That makes sense.
That's the difference.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you are currently. My question is, how you are currently.
You want to repeat that? Good question, Alex. My favorite steroid is Masteron.
That's funny. That was funny. So yeah, Alex just asked Sam. She doesn't have a mic. How has your thoughts and I guess thoughts, feelings,
perception of the sport,
how has all that changed going into, I guess, this season? Right? Is that kind of how you mean?
Yeah.
Or general overview?
General overview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So you used to have a lot more blind confidence and now a little bit less so.
You get jaded from not hitting your goal over and over again.
Right.
I think that's just human nature, but it also doesn't have to be, right? I've let my thoughts maybe take me there.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're just doing the same thing. Like, not even like, because all preps are different, but you're competing in the same thing. And I had been getting the same results over and over again.
Yeah.
So, I'll say I'm taking a year off this year. I think that will be good mentally, because I already feel kind of a relief of I don't need to diet this year. Like I'm still going into a diet phase now, but it's not going to be a prep. Let's say I don't need to prep this year, which kind of gives that mental.
As the challenge of a diet without the pressure of a prep. Kind of what it is.
Yeah, for this year, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The main differences are.
Yeah, the pressure of a prep is you need to be mentally.
You have the normal challenges of a diet. But
No, I mean this whole year in general though.
Mm-hmm.
From now till December 31st, I don't have to be like, wow, I'm gonna feel so bad at some point this year. I won't, which is nice. And if I look back, I did take 2021 off as well, and I remember that 2022 was a very good prep. Because I had given myself that rest, even mentally. So I'm very excited about that. So it kind of reignited an excitement making this decision because you were there. It wasn't an easy decision for me. I was struggling with it and you helped me make that decision. So I appreciate it. But just I'm kind of in so deep now that I don't have the like little things that I get excited about or like everything just feels like it's just what you do. But but I get to relive it through my clients that are competing for the first time.
That's true.
Because they'll ask me all these questions that to me is just second nature. But I'm like, oh yeah, you've never gotten a suit before. You've never bought your heels before. You've never booked a spray tan before. right? So it's all these little things. I'm like, oh, I get to explain it again. It kind of reminds me of my first show. So
yeah,
that's fun. Or like
that
seeing
is
them
cool.
backstage for the first time,
right,
right? Seeing them on stage for the first time.
right.
You know, watching them look at themselves right after they get their stage makeup.
Right.
Like that, all those are the little things that are like really fun and
Yeah.
rewarding after a hard prep.
Mm-hmm.
That to me, it's just like, yeah, that's just what we do.
Right.
But to see the amazement on their faces, it keeps it special for me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Can you think of any other ways that things have changed over the years as far as your thought process and approaches, and just zooming out and looking at, you know, show number 1 to show number 5 to show number 8 to show number 13 and being like how you've evolved? Is there anything obvious that jumps out?
Not really, because the process is similar, right? Like when I mentally get ready, when I go through the prep, when I do pick the show.
Yeah, I guess that's not
like,
what I mean. I mean more so kind of what Alex is getting at. More so, I think like have you changed?
I think I've gotten less competitive, and I want to get more competitive.
Okay, tell me about that.
I used to just feel more like, yeah, I'm going to go win. Now I had like a bit less of that.
Gotcha.
I think that's not just bodybuilding. That was just me.
You need that real bad.
Yeah, me as a human.
Gotcha.
Maybe.
No, that's the same question.
Yeah.
You in bodybuilding is you as a human, so you can't separate the two.
No,
That's
but I mean like
that's why I'm asking that.
external factors,
Yeah.
not just like because of bodybuilding.
No. That's exactly what I'm getting at, is like you as a human and how that's changed in you in bodybuilding.
Yeah.
That's a perfect example.
I want to be more competitive,
Cool.
I think.
We need to play more Monopoly.
You can feel that when you're like, I last time I felt that was 2023.
Yeah.
I felt really good. I didn't feel it last year.
Mm-hmm.
2022, I felt it. 2022, I really felt it because Monica was way leaner than me and I still won.
Mm-hmm.
And like when you feel it, the judges can feel it.
Right.
They know. They're like, oh, that person, right? Like
it's a vibe.
The vibe is exuding, like just melting off. But don't actually sweat.
You're creating the win. You're manifesting the win.
Yeah. So
okay.
So yeah, I think that's how I would answer that. But that can come back and that can get restored.
It will come back.
Yeah.
It certainly will.
Yeah.
What's it like being
last question.
What's it like being an overly muscled female on social media? What's that experience
Everyone loves
like?
it. I don't have a hard time. So I don't know. I think it's what you attract, right? Going back to our episode on self-beliefs and stuff like that. I believe everyone's going to like my physique. And usually that's the input I get, right? The odd comment about that's a dude or that's got a low voice or like, I don't even see it. Like, I don't even,
right.
I don't care.
A lot of women get a lot of women in fitness get a lot of comments from other men on their social media.
Yeah.
You don't?
I get comments from men, but they're mostly positive.
Why? They say they get a lot of negative.
Oh, marry me. Oh, what?
They say they get a lot of negative.
Because they attract the negative comments.
Do you think so?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. They're going on me like, oh, some guy's just going to say something. And then some guy says something.
Right. You attract what you want to see.
Yeah.
You see what you want to. Yeah.
And honestly, more comments, the better.
Yeah, it's good for engagement.
Like, bring it on.
Yeah.
But usually I get marriage proposals and can I draw you? And
can I draw you?
Can I send you money?
Nice.
Because that's the weird side of stuff, but I just stay away from it.
Interesting. Yeah, it's a crazy sport. I like it. I like Olympia. I like seeing your process. It's been a really cool opportunity for me.
I'll end it on this. One of my favorite things to do is going back to watch like me on stage from like this past year or 2023. And it's usually a video you shot and it's fun to listen to what you're saying.
It's awesome.
Because I think you're so nervous watching too.
100%. I get very nervous.
I love it.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching the show. Thanks for listening. If you're on Spotify and Apple, make sure if you're on Spotify and Apple, leave a review. It does help the show. Helps the show grow big time.
And pop over to Slays Fit on YouTube. I actually documented my whole prep last year.
Oh yeah, you should
So
check it
it's
out every
me
day. It was a daily
Every
vlog.
day, Tim gave a tip every night.
Tim's tips.
You get to see some workouts.
Yeah.
And if you want to go to, actually, our wedding was in there too. So
Yeah.
that was a cool one.
Yeah.
And then you can see all the way at the end my final result on stage last year.
Yeah. Check it out.
Cool.
And make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel right now. We'll be back in a week for the next episode. Love ya.